This presentation is going to review over the 2014 Social Studies test. This is going to be a general summary or review over this particular test. So these are going to be important questions and important answers to help you out and learn to help you pass quickly. So first, how long is this test? Well, it's just going to be one section with no break. That means it's going to be 90 minutes long with 35 different questions. Also, there's going to be one 25-minute extended response. At the end of this tutorial, we're going to review over what that particular extended response means. So first, what subjects will be asked? So there's going to be 4 different areas that the test will cover within those 35 questions. So the first area is civics and government. The second area is United States history from the beginning of the U.S. to its current historical or political state. Area number 3 is economics, and area number 4 is geography and the world. So remember, with all 4 of these different areas, we're going to have different types of presentations and videos later on. So definitely keep an eye out for those things to come up. So what type of questions will you see on the test? Well, just like with the other computer-based tests, you're going to have click and drag, multiple choice, type an answer into a box, and also different kinds of hotspot questions, which means clicking on a drop-down menu or perhaps clicking on points on a graph. So as for the extended response, how is it scored? So just like with the RLA exam, it's going to be the same thing. They're going to look for 3 different traits. They want you to see first, do you have a clear argument and are you using evidence from the text that they're giving you? Trait number 2, is your paper or your essay organized? Does that mean is it going in a single direction? Are you saying you completely agree with something, or are you saying do you completely disagree with something? That's what they're looking for. They don't want you to write an essay saying, maybe I believe this, and maybe I believe this, and maybe whatever. Always keep in mind that they're looking for a particular, organized, and directional structure. Trait number 3, they want you to have correct grammar. So make sure your punctuation and your sentences look as neat as possible and as proper as possible. So how can you start writing? So again, just like the RLA extended response, you want to read the prompt before you read the text. This is going to give you some idea of what to look for and what little notes to jot down on your spare sheet of paper when you're reading through the text. Next, create a thesis statement before you read the text. So after you read the question, kind of formulate. Are you going to agree with something? Are you going to disagree with something? Are you going to compare things? What are you going to do when you read through the text? Next, write a rough outline on your scratch paper. So you can do this while you read through the text and just start planning an outline when you read. So say if you read the first paragraph, jot some note down. When you read the second paragraph, jot some more notes down. Use that scratch paper as much as possible. Next, write with 100% confidence. Every time you believe in yourself and every time maybe you have a little bit of anxiety on the test, you don't want to let that show. And especially in your writing, you always want to say, I completely agree with something or I completely disagree with something. Always keep that in mind. And last, you want to correct any kind of errors. So although it's difficult to finish early in a test, remember with the GED test, you can review over your questions and you can review over your essay before the test is done. So if you can finish early, definitely go back and correct any sort of errors. So always keep in mind, study hard, because getting the GED is completely worth it.